So, we had our baby in the middle of the pandemic in June in Canada. With parents not around and with extreme restrictions in place, that was an experience we will never forget.
Yes, तो आज हम अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करेंगे उन 2 दिनों का when we were in the hospital when Posto was born. और उसके साथ हम शेयर करेंगे वो important information जो हमें first hand पता चली. And these will make the super important day of your lives much easier.
And if this is the first time you are visiting our channel and you haven't yet subscribed to us, please consider doing so, especially if you are a parent or you are going to be one.
So जैसे ही एक लेडी 37th वीक ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी में आती है तो उसको बोलते हैं फुल टर्म प्रेगनेंसी. ऑब्स्टेट्रिशियंस भी यही कहते हैं कि आफ्टर 37th वीक आपकी वीकली अपॉइंटमेंट्स होंगी और इसके बीच अगर आपको कोई लेबर पेन्स होती हैं या आपका वाटर ब्रेक होता है तो आपको ट्रियाज में कॉल करना होता है. उस कॉल में वो आपके सिम्टम्स को असेस करेंगे एंड दे विल टेल यू वेदर यू हैव टू come to the hospital right now or not.
And on the D-Day, it's very important to understand कि कब आपको हॉस्पिटल जाना होगा या कब आपको ट्रियाज में कॉल करना होगा. इसके लिए important है एक 5-1-1 रूल. इसमें ये बोलते हैं that if the mother has contractions in intervals of 5 minutes for a duration of at least 1 minute and ये पिछले 1 घंटे से अगर हो रहा हो then you should definitely call the triage or should visit your hospital.
So हमारे केस में सुबह 4 बजे 26 जून को मुझे पता चल गया कि मेरा वाटर ब्रेक हो गया है. So in that case मुझे पता था कि मुझे हॉस्पिटल तो जाना ही है, लेकिन फिर भी मैंने ट्रियाज में कॉल किया और मैंने उन्हें बताया अबाउट माय सिचुएशन. उन्होंने इमीडिएटली बोला that pack your bags and come to the hospital.
Imagine that you know for sure that today is the D-Day. So guys, comments में बताओ कि आपका first reaction कैसा होगा when you know for sure कि आप parent बनने वाले हो उस दिन for the first time.
हम तो बहुत excited and nervous भी थे.
So when Dipashri was on the call with the triage guys, it was my responsibility to pack the birth plan, which is very important, and we'll tell you why. The medical records and the baby bag and the hospital bag, ये सारे मुझे गाड़ी में पैक करना था. एंड इसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो आपको पहले से करके रखना है is to make sure that you have the car seat installed in your car. And since it was the pandemic time and there were super restrictions in the hospital, I was only allowed to go out of the hospital once during our entire stay of 2 nights at the hospital. The baby won't get discharged from the hospital unless you have the car seat with you. So car seat, make sure you have it installed in the car.
So अब ये सब तैयारी करने के बाद हम पहुंचे हॉस्पिटल अराउंड 7 o'clock. वहां पे मैं गई मैटरनिटी वार्ड में ट्रियाज सेंटर में एंड देयर दे आस्क्ड मी फॉर माय हेल्थ कार्ड. ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट आई वाज एडमिटेड टू द ट्रियाज एंड वहां पे नर्सेज ने आगे से टेक ओवर कर लिया.
And when Dipashri was in the triage and because it was COVID situation, so I was not allowed to go inside. यहाँ पे एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि the triage might as well take a very long time. हमारे केस में it took around 6 hours. So make sure that the mother has water or a Gatorade or anything to snack on in that time. क्योंकि for the mother when she is in the triage, the hospital does not provide any food.
So अब ट्रियाज में मेरा कॉन्स्टेंटली बीपी मॉनिटर हो रहा था एंड ऑल्सो दे चेक फॉर द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एमनियोटिक फ्लूइड और एनी काइंड ऑफ ब्लीडिंग. क्योंकि मेरा वाटर ब्रेक हो चुका था, so the nurses there told me कि the baby will be brought in today itself.
And around this time, I was just giving her mental support from the car park on video call और बाकी कुछ मैं नहीं कर सकता था.
By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the nurses and doctors were waiting for me to dilate naturally ताकि labor का process start हो सके. But मेरे केस में ये हुआ नहीं and the baby was coming in the birth canal. So अब time था to induce me into labor and they wanted me to move to the labor room.
And the moment Dipashri was moved to the labor room, she gave me a call and I could join her there. And boy, I was excited.
So जैसे हमने आपको पहले बताया, हमारे पास था एक बर्थ प्लान. अब ये बर्थ प्लान बहुत ही हाई लेवल डॉक्यूमेंट होता है जिसमें आप नर्सेस एंड केयर गिवर्स को एक ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन देते हो अबाउट योर आइडिया ऑफ द बर्थ. अब ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डे है आपकी लाइफ में एंड यू हैव सम प्लान्स इन प्लेस दैट यू वांट द डे टू प्रोग्रेस. ऑब्वियसली इसमें एक मेडिकल इंटरवेंशन होती है एंड इट्स नॉट 100% पॉसिबल टू स्टिक टू द बर्थ प्लान, बट एक जनरल आइडिया होता है कि आप क्या चाहते हो एज पेरेंट्स.
So the most important thing that we mentioned in our birth plan was the presence of the birthing partner during labor, which was me. And we also mentioned that we are going to take videos and pictures during the entire process so that they know it beforehand. Now, if you take the classes that your local municipality offers, which we definitely suggest you to do, you would know that it is very important to have a few certain things to be present in the labor room, which would ease the mom during the entire process. These were things that we also mentioned in the birth plan, like a rocking chair or hot towels, and the thing which was really helpful in our case was an exercise ball. We also personalized the entire atmosphere for her in the labor room with some calming music, and calming music के अलावा मेरी आवाज तो जादू कर ही देती है इसमें.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
So after 2 hours of being in the labor room, the doctors decided to induce labor to me क्योंकि मैं naturally dilate नहीं हो रही थी and the baby was already very low in the birth canal. So mother को labor induce करने के लिए देना पड़ता है एक hormone which is called oxytocin. So इसकी एक मुझे IV लगी and that's when the actual labor process started. अब वो सारी चीजें जो हमने अपने बर्थ प्लान में मेंशन करी थी, जैसे कि एक्सरसाइज बॉल, हॉट वाटर टॉवल्स, रॉकिंग चेयर, ये सब का इस्तेमाल होने लगा फुल फ्लेज.
The doctors were constantly monitoring the fetal heart rate, and a device that they were using was called a tocometer, जिससे कि इसके contractions को भी measure किया जा रहा था. And उसके अलावा they were also constantly monitoring Dipashi's BP.
Now हमारे birth plan during labor में mention था that if I request, I should be administered an epidural, which is like a painkiller. So after 7 hours of being into labor, I was around 8 centimeter dilated, and at that time I requested कि मुझे epidural administer किया जाए. अब epidural देने से body एकदम relax हो जाती है and जिसकी वजह से आपका labor longer हो सकता है. क्योंकि हमारे केस में वाटर ब्रेक हो चुका था एंड बेबी हैड टू कम इन 24 आवर्स, सो द डॉक्टर्स वर स्टॉलिंग इट ताकि नॉर्मल तरीके से ही डायलेशन हो और फटाफट से डिलीवरी भी हो सके.
So after the epidural was administered to her, she was asked by the team of doctors and nurses to start pushing. Now, as a birthing partner, one thing which I found really helpful was again the courses that your local municipality offers you. So you would know exactly how to deal with your partner when she is going through the entire process, what to say and what not to say in the labor room. और अपने लाइफ में अगर मैंने सबसे ज्यादा मसाज किसी टाइम दिया है वो था was in the labor room to Dipashri. I was told to give her back massages and rubs. So that really helped her feel better.
So इस सब के बीच में लेबर रूम में बना होता है एक माहौल. 11 बजे से जब से मुझे डॉक्टर्स ने बोलना शुरू किया टू स्टार्ट पुशिंग, एक वाइब थी जहां पर नर्सेस, डॉक्टर्स और को सब मिलके मुझे बोल रहे हैं पुश पुश पुश, और मेरे भी दिमाग में चल रहा है पुश पुश पुश. सो आफ्टर 30 minutes ऑफ पुशिंग एट 11:33 Posto came into our lives and it was the most emotional and overwhelming experience of our lives.
तो after Posto was born, I was so happy. तो मुझे ये लग रहा था जैसे कि इंग्लिश मूवीज में दिखाते हैं कि द डॉक्टर गिव्स यू द सीजर टू कट द अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड, कि मुझे भी दिया जाएगा, बट नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. द डॉक्टर टुक हिम आउट एंड इमीडिएटली कट द कॉर्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ माय आईज. तब मुझे ये रियलाइज हुआ कि because we did not mention it in our birth plan कि मुझे काटना है वो umbilical cord, मुझे नहीं दिया गया. So guys, if you want to be that parent or that dad who wants to cut the umbilical cord जैसे movies में दिखाते हैं, please mention it in the birth plan.
Also, a lot of parents opt to bank the cord blood cells of the baby which are present in the umbilical cord. उसका भी मेंशन आपको बर्थ प्लान में करना होता है एंड हॉस्पिटल को पहले से ही बता के रखना पड़ता है दैट यू प्लान टू डू इट. हमारे केस में we did not opt for it, so this was not a procedure that happened during Posto's delivery.
So another thing that we mentioned in the birth plan was Posto had to be given skin to skin right after his birth. So the skin to skin is a very important process which helps to regulate the heart rate of the newborn.
सो हमने अपने बर्थ प्लान में ये भी मेंशन किया था दैट आई एम प्लानिंग टू ब्रेस्ट फीड पोस्टो व्हेन ही वाज बोर्न. सो द फर्स्ट मिल्क इज कॉल्ड colostrum. This colostrum is also called as the golden milk, which helps to give the newborn the best possible start to his life.
So after about 2 hours of having Posto, we were moved to the private room, and इसमें हम लोगों ने एक separate video बनाया है to tell you as to how we paid more for our car parking than the entire process in the hospital across 2 nights. And after we got discharged out of the hospital, the very next day we came home, and obviously Navjot and Simran, the sweetest things that they are, they had decked up the entire house and gave Posto a grand welcome. And उस दिन से लेके आज तक we don't remember having a good sleep in the night, but we are very happy to have Posto with us, and it is such a life-changing experience.
सो हमारी वीडियो बनाने का पर्पस ये था कि जब आप लेबर में हो, आपका जब बेबी होने वाला हो, तो आपको किसी चीज की फिक्र करने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. जस्ट फोकस ऑन बीइंग देयर इन दैट मोमेंट एंड एंजॉयिंग एवरी बिट ऑफ इट. बाकी सब कैनेडियन हेल्थ केयर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. वो आपको एक हेल्थ कार्ड के बेसिस पे प्रोसेस स्टार्टिंग से लेकर एंड तक सपोर्ट करेंगे, एंड दे विल मेक श्योर दैट यू आर हेल्दी, fit and fine by the time you are discharged from the hospital.
And Simran and Navjot made a super sweet video for us to welcome Posto when we came back from the hospital, and we are going to release that video as well.
So ये video आएगी Saturday को. So I would suggest you subscribe to our channel and see that video first hand when it is released on this Saturday.
And we would love to have your comments on the video and see your reaction to our emotions in that video, because it is captured so nicely. So अभी के लिए बस इतना ही. Till then,
Bye bye.